Hola amigos, this is Shobana Karmakar. Welcome to my channel. And as like everybody over YouTube, where they share their experience regarding a book which changed their life, which changed the way they see things, their perception, and the way they take actions in their everyday life regarding something or the other, I came across a book by accident, and it was the cover which intrigued me above all, which changed my way of seeing other human beings henceforth. And I really thought maybe this book is just an amalgamation of certain incidents. But when I started reading it, along the way, I realized how much we don't know about ourselves, how much we don't know about a very organ called brain. आपको वो एडवर्टीजमेंट तो याद ही होगा, लाल हरा पीला गुलाबी हरा नीला। वेल ये किताब भी कुछ वैसा ही है। इसका जो कवर है वो लाल हरा पीला गुलाबी हरा नीला तो सारे सतरंगी नहीं है, लेकिन इसका कवर वाज the cover was something which attracted me when I was going through certain books which I can buy over Amazon. And I'm talking none other than Phantoms in the Brain by Sandra Blexley and our very dear Dr. V.S. Ramachandran. आप सोच रहे होंगे Phantoms in the Brain, भाई भूत घुस गया है क्या? Well, ऐसा ही होता है बहुत लोगों के साथ. This book is a compilation of a lot of stories where people have suffered with one or the other form of mental illness or a malfunctioning of the brain. A brain is a compilation of a lot of small integral parts which are responsible for some or the other functions. I was very surprised to hear one thing in the book, that there is a part in the brain which is also responsible for us to be religious or spiritual or like going insanely sadhu.com. India being the second most populous country on this planet, we all suffer with something or the other called mental illness. यार दुखी क्यों हो, चलो पार्टी करते हैं, थोड़ा मूड ठीक हो जाएगा. यार तुम्हारी याददाश्त बड़ी अजीब है, बादाम खाया करो. और यार सुसाइड के बारे में क्यों सोच रहे हो, लाइफ इज सो ब्यूटीफुल, थिंक पॉजिटिव. इट्स सो इजी टू मेक इट जस्ट अ कैजुअल नोट. But trust me, our brain is pretty much underrated by a lot of people. Mental illness is a very underrated topic in a lot of ways. In the past many years, extremely talented people ranging from Avicii, Sushant Singh Rajput, even Robin Williams ended up taking their own lives. It's very easy to criticize these people. Dude, what they didn't have in their life, name, money, fame, everything, but the mystery, why they ended up taking their life is still a mystery. One of the major reasons is we end up taking mental illness as a stigma rather than taking it as an illness, rather than taking it as a physical form of malfunctioning of an organ in our body. आपको विल स्मिथ की मूवी तो याद ही होगी, Concussion, where a lot of celebrated American footballers were committing suicide. They complained about rapid hallucinations and suicidal tendencies, and that very news was being compressed by the football media for a lot of stigmatic reasons. And Will Smith ended up interrogating and coming to a conclusion that that constant banging of one footballer head to the other head kind of disbalance the brain inside, because a brain as an organ kind of floats inside a skull if you are not aware of it. That movie talks so much about how a brain is responsible for so many things, our own well-being, which we again take it for granted. As a human being, we take so many things for granted. The way we see things, perceive colors, texture, depth, perspective, our own hands and legs through which we sense, feel, and pick up stuff and do our day to day work, and a lot more things, including our balance inside a ear. Our brain is the most complex organ in our body, and it has so many functions. It does so many functions both on a conscious and subconscious level. It's not possible to understand every single thing, and so many things are still misunderstood and so many things are still undiscovered. But this book will help you to understand a lot of things at a very basic level. रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में हमें कुछ ऐसे लोगों के आसपास आते हैं जिन्हें दिखाई नहीं देता, अंधापन. We also come across people who have lost limbs in an accident or in a traumatic war incident. Some people suffer with brain stroke. Some people are suffering with some of the other mental illness. This book has an answer to it. There is a reason why these things happen. You must have come across these four terms: neurologists, neurosurgeons, psychiatrists, psychologists. These people work in and around brain, where they help you solve your problem either by giving you medications or one-to-one conversational therapy, or the third, the most extreme, where they get into your brain and fix the problem. Well, that's scary. One of the primary reasons why I'm strongly suggesting you to read this book is in India, mental health care or reaching out to mental health professionals is not a cost-effective affair. It is quite expensive, and it can be very tedious, it can be very complex, it can be very confusing. it can lead to frustration because thing doesn't happen overnight. It's not discipline khali aaya to sir tat gayab ho gaya. It is a very long process for its own reason. And there are ways not to eradicate the problem as a whole, but to minimize or to get hold over it. And to get hold over it, you need to understand what is the core issue. The second most primary reason why I am suggesting you to read this book is this book takes you from a very basic level where it helps you to understand what is brain, different components of the brain, and when it comes together makes the organ as a whole, what each component is responsible for. And there are so many case studies in this book which helps you to understand why people suffer with Alzheimer, why people have depression, why people have illusions, hallucinations. Each case study helps you to understand maybe certain issues which you yourself are suffering from. Well, one thing which I would really like to say about this book is after finishing this book, I was like, boom, boom, मतलब दिवाली हो रहा था मेरे भेजे के अंदर. I'm not joking. I have started seeing people in a very different way. I have started practicing to analyze the past and the present, the way that they see things, they do things, they react to it, and then not coming to a conclusion, but molding myself according to them. It doesn't mean I'm eradicating my entire personality as a whole, but it's always a good way to be at a very base level and see things in a different perspective, and then try to understand what the person is going through. Again, this book doesn't make me an expert. I don't think so. This book will make anybody an expert on the very topic called brain. But if you are someone who is suffering with depression, if you are someone who has a stroke patient in your house, or an Alzheimer patient, an elderly patient, or somebody who has some issues in terms of understanding and mental development, you should read this book. This book will help you to understand what exactly that person is going through, why he or she is behaving the way, and it will also help you understand how to work in and around that person to make your life easy and to make that person's life easy. Now, coming to the end of this video, hi, my name is Shavona Karmakar. I'm a freelance commercial photographer and a product stylist presently based out of Mumbai, India. If you found this video useful, please like and share, and if you would like to see more from me, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.